I'm Myrna Roberts. I'm here with a special guest to give us an update on our situation with Midship Pipeline condemning our property. Today, I have in our studio my cousin, Dr. Randy Taylor, who was president in Muskogee at federal court in the Eastern District of Oklahoma on Friday, December 28th.
December 28th, we learned that this pipeline, there's still some things that still need to be resolved. We all know about this condemnation and about this lawsuit that many of us were not really aware of, that we were actually being sued by Midship Pipeline. Even myself, I didn't know that I was being sued. It was not for your help and say your information that you gave me. So I basically presented myself because I wanted to get clear, because some months ago I granted them access, but never did I grant them acreage, to sell acreage to them, and so I was very confused. So that's why I came down here to get a clarification. Now they acknowledged that they did pay for the access, which I know, and say which I did receive a check. But as far as this condemnation and purchase of land, when I asked about that, when I first received the paperwork some months ago, I was told, well, no, this does not pertain to me. But I kept getting paperwork and letters saying that that this hearing was going to come about the 28th of this month. So I said, well, I have to come down here and just see what's going on. So I think we have to let it be known, we are concerned, that say we are involved and say as far as Tatum and say our land and also our mineral rights, and also make sure our land is not abused and tarnished by this pipeline.
That's right. A lot of people would have left the courtroom on Friday thinking that because Midship Pipeline did receive the judge's approval to condemn our property and pretty much confiscate our land, so it would be easy for someone to walk away from that thinking that as landowners that we took a loss. But they have to give us just compensation for our land. So what do you think about that?
Very much so. They have to compensate us, because I think everyone, for every person who sees this video, should definitely go look up the Natural Gas Act.
National Gas Act.
Yes. This act was passed by our Congress. Probably, I know you never heard of it. I read it in the paper that they served me about the property. But I think we should all familiarize ourselves with this Natural Gas Act, when it was passed, and who was the president, and get some details of this act. Because I think many of these gas companies and oil companies, they really are they're basically having free reign behind this National Gas Act.
But don't you think it's because we're not challenging them? Because maybe we can't stop the pipeline from coming through, but we can make them pay us what our property is worth.
Very much so.
If we fight.
Yes. Like I say, if we show up and say if we show up with valid arguments and file valid motions, yes, we can fight. And I think it's very important that everyone who uses this tape to know, you have to show up. You have to come there with an argument and say, don't come there empty-handed.
Don't come empty-handed.
Do not come empty-handed.
And we didn't. So I just think that we went a long way in making sure that we were recognized as a people. It seemed like to me they were just trying to disregard who we were, and we were nobody. But don't you agree that we went a long way in being recognized as a people?
Yeah, I think they would recognize and say acknowledge that we are involved, and say we're definitely going to ask some questions, and we want to have some details presented to us as far as this pipeline, where it's going to go. Because I personally asked Mr. Privet, who at the time who presented himself as the vice president of Midship Pipeline, to basically give us a walkthrough to see just where this pipeline's going. I mean, they can do. I mean, they can put small flags and this route, and give us the route where this pipeline is going. For we us, the people of Tatum can very well gauge the route and the progress of this pipeline. Of this pipeline, they can do it themselves.
Right.
And just sharing of information, that's very important. And say let Midship Pipeline know, or else any other gas or oil company know that people of Tatum are not going to be treated like mushrooms. We're not going to be kept in the dark and fed HIT. That's not going to happen. That people of Tatum are engaged, and hey, they want to know, and they want to know the truth, and say if the truth is not presented to them, they're going to raise major issues, problems about not being told the truth. So I thank you guys for hearing this, and I wish everybody good luck, and I wish everybody a happy New Year. And I hope everyone gets involved with this whole Midship Pipeline. And I hope people still go down to Tatum to check on their land, to see what's going on their land, and do a walkthrough, a walk around, and say talk to the local people, and just stay engaged with Tatum and the issues that it has as far as the land, the resources, and the people who are there, people who are still residents of Tatum. So I thank you very much for having a chance to speak to you, and take care of yourself, and may God be with us all.